Hi, I'm Charu, and I'm the creator of the Awaken to Your Body home study course. In our culture right now, we're really walking around what I would call comfortably numb. And one of the big pieces that's missing is that our body actually holds within it this gateway to something more, where we can come into relationship with something that is beyond ourselves.
I realized how closed off I was in my body, and I just had this feeling like there's something more, and there's so much more I could experience.
The expression of my sexuality was something that was kind of to chance.
I came here for healing.
The body actually has the capability to open us into what I would call maybe an altered state that can create a gateway or penetrate almost the walls of reality to open us into something deeper. Once we're in contact with that something deeper, then everything changes in how we experience our lives. Some of us have had the experience of entering into one of these altered states, and we would call this an orgasm. Now, an orgasm is something that, as most of us are experiencing it, is this peak experience that, if we're lucky, lasts for a few seconds. What we're looking at in this course is we're creating opportunities for the body to actually relax in these high states of activation, high states of intensity, high states of arousal. And when we can learn to soften and relax, we can then allow those states to open that gateway, and we now have a relationship with so much more than we thought was possible.
What brought me into the work was initially integration of the spiritual path that I already felt I was on with sexuality, because I never quite understood how that piece fit, and there was a lot of shame.
With so much pain around my sexuality and just what was sort of right and wrong with sex and what I should and shouldn't be.
Because I think there's layers and layers and layers more to be discovered and celebrated and owned.
Through that relationship with this unknown place, what happens is that we begin to shed the layers of who we've defined ourselves as, who we think we're supposed to be, how we think we're supposed to behave. And as we shed those layers, we come closer to feeling confident in moving through the world as who we really are. And that person who we really are, who sheds some of those layers, has more sensitivity, more capacity to connect, more availability for pleasure. So through this course, there is a huge potential for you to come in contact with deeper orgasmic states, multiple orgasms, starting to have orgasms if you've never had them before. All of that orgasm talk, it's in here. And there's something maybe even more exciting than orgasmic states, which is that you are going to have the opportunity to really come home to yourself and shed some of the layers that just aren't the essence of who you are.
I definitely feel a shift. It was just such a beautiful dropping into myself, and then just a sense of excitement and possibility.
And that's what I felt has really changed specifically through this work that we've done together. It's just a gentleness towards myself.
I was also recognizing that every time I've cried throughout this, it's been joy and joy. It was this integration piece, And there was such a deep trust.
So I'm really looking forward to what the potential is for this course to give you, for opening your body, for using your body as an incredible tool to touch something beyond yourself, to start to come in contact with a kind of power, a kind of pleasure, a kind of awakening that most people in our modern world will never touch. And it's time that we took our sexuality from this closet that we hide it in, where it's this separate thing from everything else we do and how we present to the world, something that's maybe done with behind closed doors, and we bring it out into the light, because your sexual energy is the very same energy that makes the grass grow. And when you learn how to come into a new relationship with that energy, then every single thing in your life changes. A more authentic, awakened version of yourself changes the lens of how you encounter everything in your life. And yes, you become more sensitive in your body. And yes, that sensitivity leads to orgasmic states that, from where we're standing now, are very hard, if not impossible, to access. So it's a pleasure and a joy to be able to share this kind of work. And I hope that if this is what you've been looking for, and you've been having a calling for this deeper level of embodied awakening, that you will join us for the Awaken to Your Body course.